I'm 82 years old. I've lived through wars, marriages, births, success. And still, one thing haunts me more than anything else. My biggest regret. It's not the money I never made or the places I didn't see. It's something much quieter, something that sits with me every morning when I wake up. I have 8 decades of life behind me, wisdom, mistakes, and survival. I've watched the world change. I've changed with it. But one regret follows me quietly, like a shadow growing longer with each passing year. It creeps up when the house gets too quiet. If I had realized this at 30, my entire life would have looked completely different. And if you are under 80, you still have the time to change yours before it's too late. But before I tell you what my biggest regret really is, you need to understand the lie I believed my entire life. For more than 60 years, I believed that being needed was the same as being loved. I poured myself into that belief like it was truth. I worked long hours, stayed late, fixed things around the house, picked up the slack without complaint. In my mind, that was love. Providing, protecting, being the one everyone could count on. I never stopped to ask if anyone actually knew me. I thought love was something you prove, that if I just kept showing up, working harder, being reliable, I would earn closeness. I thought sacrifice, routine, and being the steady one would eventually lead to true connection. But I was wrong. Love isn't earned. It's shared. And I spent most of my life offering everything but myself. I confused usefulness with intimacy, and that's a dangerous thing. If you believe love comes from sacrifice alone, you may wake up one day realizing you were never truly seen or known. And that's a loneliness no amount of effort can fix. Years passed. Kids grew up. Friends moved on. I kept showing up, but never let anyone in far enough to know the real me. I kept thinking I had time, that one day I'd slow down and life would get more personal. But it wasn't until a single moment, an ordinary day that became unforgettable, that this belief came crashing down. Then came the day I realized the people I loved most didn't really know me at all. It was my 75th birthday, a big celebration, balloons, cake, grandkids helping me into the chair at the head of the table. I looked around and thought, these are my people. These are the ones I did it all for. They each stood up to say something about me. Lovely words. He worked hard. He never let us down. He was always there. Every single speech was a thank you for what I did, not who I was. No stories about laughter we shared, or quiet moments, or talks about dreams, or fears, or feelings. No memories of being seen, only of being useful. I stood there, cake in front of me, smiling while my heart sank. Decades of love, and nobody mentioned a single thing about me as a person. Just what I did for them. And that's when I realized I had loved these people with everything I had. But I never let them love me. Not fully, not deeply. I gave them everything but myself. If you're not careful, this could be you. You could spend a lifetime earning love, only to find you're admired but not known. Respected but not deeply connected. Loved for what you do, not for who you are, until it's too late to be known differently. That's when the truth hit me like a wave, a truth I wish someone told me decades earlier. Here's what no one tells you until it's too late. You don't get forever to be known, to be loved for you. You get windows, moments, and if you spend them always being the strong one, the provider, the protector, those windows start to close, one by one. I was raised to serve, to give without asking, to show love through action, not words. Especially as a man, especially as a father. I thought that was what it meant to love well. Stay steady. Swallow emotion. Keep your fears to yourself. Let everyone else lean on you, but never lean back. I thought withholding my feelings made me strong, that being a rock protected the people I loved. But in doing that, I kept them out. They never saw the real me because I never let them. I used to think vulnerability was weakness. I now know it's the only path to real love. If your family doesn't know what makes you laugh, what keeps you up at night, what matters most to your heart, then they don't really know you. And one day, they may stand over your grave with love in their hearts, but without a single clue who you really were. That's a tragedy no obituary can solve. You don't get to decide when it's time to be known. Life decides that for you. And eventually, it runs out. If I could rewind time, there's so much more I would do differently. If I could go back, God, if I could go back, I'd stop doing so much and start being so much more. I didn't need to be everywhere, solving everything, holding up the sky. What I needed was to be present, open, human. And I see that now. Too late for some things. I wish I'd spoken more honestly about my fears and dreams. I always acted like everything was fine. Even when I was breaking inside, I smiled and said, "I'm good." I thought I was sparing people, but really I was just hiding. I wish I told my children I loved them more, and why. I said the words, but never painted the picture behind them. Never the reasons, the memories, the moments. I regret that more than I can say. I wish I made more time for joy, not just duty. I should have taken the trip, should have danced at the wedding, should have said yes to the small, beautiful things that wanted to pull me into life, but I was always too busy doing the right thing. I wish I asked for help when I was drowning. I thought needing help meant I was weak. So I carried it all, quietly, and the weight hardened me. And most of all, I wish I let people in before it felt too late. I waited until old age to crack open, but by then too many doors had already shut. You don't need decades to make these changes. You need one decision, and you can make it today. Now I have a question for you, one that could change your life the way it changed mine. Let me ask you something, really ask you. If you died tomorrow, what would the people you love say about you? Would they talk about how you made them feel, about the warmth in your voice, the way your laugh filled a room? Or would they list off what you did, how dependable you were, how you always paid the bills, how you never missed a birthday? Would they know your deepest joys, your quiet fears, your long-forgotten dreams? Or would they only remember your schedule, your routines, your responsibilities, your role in keeping things running? Would they grieve the loss of you, your spirit, your softness, your story, or just the things you did for them? This isn't a hypothetical. The clock doesn't stop ticking. You don't wake up one day with infinite time to open up, to speak honestly, to be known. If you don't start showing who you are now, you might never be known at all. So then let me ask the next question, the one that really matters now. You have a choice. Right now. What will you do today to make sure you leave love, not just a legacy? Because it's not enough to be remembered. You want to be felt. To echo in someone's heart, not just their photo albums. Start small, but start today. Call someone, not to fix anything, not to check a box, but to share something real, a feeling, a memory, a part of yourself you've kept hidden. Write a letter to someone you never really opened up to. Say what you never said. Let it be awkward, emotional, honest. Tell your partner, your child, your parent, what you love about them and why. Don't just say you care. Show them that you've seen them clearly, fully. That'll stay with them long after you're gone. And please, stop hiding the parts of you that feel too much or too different. Show up fully. That's what people want, even if they don't know how to ask for it. Don't wait for a crisis to soften. Don't wait until they're at your funeral to realize they never really knew your heart. I want to leave you with one last truth. The most important lesson of all. You have a choice, right now. What will you do today to make sure you leave love not just a legacy? Because it's not enough to be remembered. You want to be felt. To echo in someone's heart, not just their photo albums. Start small, but start today. Call someone, not to fix anything, not to check a box, but to share something real. A feeling, a memory. A part of yourself you've kept hidden. Write a letter to someone you never really opened up to. Say what you never said. Let it be awkward, emotional, honest. Tell your partner, your child, your parent what you love about them and why. Don't just say you care. Show them that you've seen them clearly, fully. That'll stay with them long after you're gone. And please, stop hiding the parts of you that feel too much or too different. Show up fully. That's what people want, even if they don't know how to ask for it. Don't wait for a crisis to soften. Don't wait until they're at your funeral to realize they never really knew your heart. I want to leave you with one last truth, the most important lesson of all.